In this session, let us understand what are high pressure boilers, that is connected to the thermal power plants. What are high pressure boilers? So the high pressure boilers are those boilers which are having the pressure more than 75 bar working. So we generally categorize three types. One is a low, medium and high from the point of working pressures. So low pressure boilers are around 20 bar, right? And the medium pressure boilers are in between 20 to 75 bar, right? And here for the high pressure boiler, it is around more than 75 bar. And which thermodynamic cycle the high pressure any boilers works? Yes, it works on the Rankine cycle. What is Rankine cycle? In the Rankine cycle, it is a cycle for any steam power plant to work. Mean to say, here we are having the nature of the TS diagram. If I am drawing the TS diagram, if I am having the TS diagram, this is the saturation liquid line, this is the saturated vapor line, right? And we start with the pumping, then it goes to the boiler, and from the boiler it goes to superheater, then it expands to the turbine and comes back in the condenser in the from the this one from the steam to phase changing into liquid. So this is the process. And if you remember this, the topmost portion, here we have the critical point, and the critical point is around 221 bar. So the medium pressure boilers are working at around 75, that is conventional boilers. But here the high pressure boilers are working more than 75, surely less than critical pressure, that is a 221 bar. The high pressure boilers are used in the thermal power plant to fulfill the requirement of the high pressure steam. As the name indicates, here it is a 160 bar, right? We have discussed that point in the earlier slide, and it is up to 650 ton per hour. Means the high mega power plant like UPCL, Raichur power plants, they are working with these kind of boilers. The high pressure boilers use any low grade fuel, means I can also use the fuel like not only pulverized coal but also the coal which can be tried for a low grade like a semi-bituminous. This can be tried with the high pressure boilers, and it gives a high thermal efficiency. Usually high pressure boilers, water tube boilers. Any low pressure boilers are fire tube boilers, because in the fire tube boilers we cannot get the steam output in a bigger range, and pressure also we cannot raise. The features of high pressure boilers. The important features of high pressure boilers are the forced circulation of water, use of smaller diameter tubes, pressurized combustion, space area, power output. Right, let us see what is meant by forced circulation of water. Since inside the pressure of the high pressure boiler is very high, generally we use only one pump, feed pump, that is called a feed water pump, to pump the water. After that, the action that takes place due to buoyancy force or density, therefore we don't want a forced circulation in the conventional boiler. So in this type high pressure boiler, we want the forced circulation. Either it may be positive circulation of right, it is a positive circulation of water and increase the rate of heat transfer. The circulation, what is the circulation means? The circulation means the flow of water within the boiler drums. It are achieved by two means actually. One by natural convection or natural circulation. Second one is due to forced circulation. Here in the sketch you can see this is the wall drum. The boiler, if this is the wall, and right? Sometimes this boiler drum is exposed to atmosphere but surely insulated halfway, and will have the gauge glasses beside this drum to see the level, and this portion, the downcomer and header, will be outside the furnace. This is the furnace area where the firing takes place, right? So to show that one, there will be downcomer. From the downcomer it will come to the header, and here the heating takes place. From the heating there will be change in phase, right? It will come to the saturated condition. From there it will move to the, because of density difference, it will occupy on the upper space of the drum, and the water which is still in a water form will be entering into the furnace. So in this type of circulation, saturated water comes down the boiler drum by gravity, downcomer, right? So there is no need of any forced circulation pump required. So as the heat is absorbed by the riser tube, the water is partially boils with the formation of bubbles, and because as I told earlier, the density of the steam plays an important role. Because of the steam will be less denser, it will be occupying at the upper surface. This is the phenomenon which occurs in our solar water heater also. Finally, the superheated steam is sent to turbine for the work. So second one is the use of smaller diameter tubes. Here, high pressure boilers are equipped with a large number of smaller diameter tubes, because of which the surface area exposed to the gases is more. This helps in more effective use of the fuel, reduced pressure loss, control of quality of steam produced. The third one is a pressurized combustion. In the high pressure boiler, the required air for combustion is generally supplied by the blowers, or I can use the forced draft fan. Because of this, low grade fuel can be burned more efficiently. This also increases the rate of firing of the fuel, hence the rate of heat transfer. Space area. The high pressure boilers are more compact, hence require lesser floor area compared to the other conventional boilers. The power output. As these boilers generate high pressure and high temperature, so the high output is expected from this type of boilers. The advantage of high pressure boilers are, it can be used low grade fuel, scale formation will be reduced because I am using two pumps, one is the feed pump, one is for the circulation pump. So whenever it moves in high velocity, surely scale formation will be less. As discussed earlier, the lesser floor area required. As all the parts are uniformly heated, there is no risk of overheating. Otherwise, frequent leakages that may happen in the furnace. So because of the forced circulation of water, component can be laid horizontal also. Steam can be raised at the faster rate to meet the required demands. This boiler can start quickly to generate the steam. Otherwise, it requires hours to get the superheated steam. The demerits are, since they work under high pressure, the chances of explosion are more. I want FD fan and ID fan. Therefore, these accessories will increase the cost, and I should always see the skilled persons are working in this one. A semi-skilled persons are okay with the conventional boilers, but here I want skilled persons because the pressure is also high. The number of working parts are more, which leads to the high erection time. Means the installation time, or for the fabrication and to installation, it requires more time. Here you can see the sketch, a typical sketch for the furnace. To understand, let us see. See, this is the feed water. From here it has been pumped to the drum. Here the initial water enters, then it comes to the furnace where it is getting heated, right? Due to the change in density, the superheated steam will occupy at the upper place and it will go to the superheated zone, then it will come to the turbine. The types of high pressure boilers are, one is Lamont boiler, Loeffler boiler, Benson boiler, Velox boiler and Skimmy